Okay. Let's continue with campfire cooking. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So then, have you decided where you want to go? The guildmaster asked after sitting across from me. Rather than a destination, we've only decided that we want to go see the ocean. Indeed, the ocean. I want to eat krakens and sea serpents. So he says. Krakens and sea serpents, huh? There's some pretty ridiculous names in there again. Hold on. Krakens and sea serpents, huh? There's some pretty ridiculous names in there again. Sorry. Fel just says they're tasty and won't listen to me. Those are good, you know. Also, eating seafood every once in a while is good, and if you cook it, it will certainly become even better. Yeah, I get it already. So that being said, we want to go see the ocean. The ocean, huh? Wait a second. Saying that, the guildmaster got up and retrieved a piece of paper from inside his desk drawer. This is a map of this country and the kingdom of Airmen. The map he laid out on the desk pictured both the kingdoms of Leonhardt and Airmen. It was pretty detailed. By the way, apparently the same map was sold to any adventurers guild in both countries. If you're going to the ocean, then I'd like for you to go along this road. The road's being maintained, so I'd recommend it for that too. But you'd also be passing by 3 major townships, so it'd be great if you could take requests at those places. I'm fine with that, but where are the 3 towns? The first one you'll see coming from here is a town called Krail. Passing through that next is the dungeon city of Dolan. The next is Neof. Neof? I don't know. Neof. I don't know. The last is the seaside town of Berlind. The guildmaster's finger was pointed at the end of the line. It's Berlind. A town facing the ocean. The first town we would visit, Krell, wasn't as big as this one, but apparently it was famous for its textiles industry. I was told that it was a lively town since many merchants would come for its colorful threads and cloths, or something to that effect. The next one, the dungeon city of Dolan, had a dungeon in it just as its name implied. By having a dungeon, both merchants and adventurers would gather and towns would grow large. This town of Carolina was the 5th largest town in the kingdom of Leonhardt, but the towns above it consisted of the capital and 3 different dungeon cities. So that means that having a dungeon helps a city flourish, huh? It looked like a larger city, so I was looking forward to it. And the town of Neof was a town of earthenware, so pottery and ceramics workshops were apparently everywhere. It seemed that they also made bathtubs there. And lastly was the port town Berlind. I don't know anymore, guys! It was famous enough that it was known that for fresh fish, this town was the place to go. This world even had monsters in its ocean, so normally fishing would be impossible. But apparently this town's fishermen openly defied the monsters and fished. Apparently it was famously known that to be a fisherman of Berlin, one had to be strong above all else. Well, of course. What aggressive fishermen to not even mind monsters like that. Well, thanks to that, there was no other town with a more prosperous fishing industry. As a seafood-loving Japanese person, I'm totally looking forward to those fish. I especially recommend the dungeon city of Dolan among these. Since a lot of adventurers gather, not only are there a lot of weapons and armor shops, the food is good too. Also, there's a lot of rare things that come out of the dungeon being sold there. Right if you have time, why not try entering the dungeon? A dungeon, huh? This is my first time in a dungeon in a human town. How fun. Don't you go reacting to dungeons, Fel. I'm getting a bad feeling. Dungeon? Are we fighting? Sui's come out of its bag too. Yes, we are, Sui. Let's go to the dungeon. Dungeon? Sui, for who some reason was in high spirits, started bouncing around. Sui, stop jumping around. Hey, I'm not getting anywhere near that dungeon. Just so you know. I'm already sick and tired of dungeons. I'm not going anywhere near this one, you know. Dungeons, huh? I have heard something nice. Let us go quickly. Sui wants to go to the dungeon too. No. I already said we're not going. Also, don't let us go, me. We're not leaving yet. We still haven't got the money and other stuff for the rest of the wyverns, so at the earliest we won't be leaving until the day after tomorrow. The guildmaster laughed after hearing the conversation between Fel and I. Sui was talking with telepathy, so only we could hear it. It's fine that you're excited about the dungeon, but don't forget about taking requests on the way to Berlin, please. Of course, there you should also be quests left over in Dolan, too. I understand. For me, something like this will be over with quickly. It should be fine to enter the dungeon then, no? Yes, of course. I'll tell Dolan's guildmaster about this ahead of time. Indeed, a dungeon in a human town, huh? I am looking forward to it. Stewie is too. No. I already said I'm not going anywhere near it. Once Fel asked what he wanted to ask and said what he wanted to say, he went and fell asleep again. Just as always, he refuses to listen to other people. God damn it, this guy. Huh. You've got your fair share of troubles too, huh? Yes, exactly. I'll give this map to you, so do your best with the other requests. Got it. I'm counting on you to tell them about us, Guildmaster. Yeah, I know. Also about the Earth Dragon. Dolan might be able to butcher it. I'll be telling Dolan's Guildmaster about that too. Thank you. Also, would you mind telling the merchant Lambert about my whereabouts if he ever comes to ask about it? I knew that the Adventurers Guilds communicated to each other through letters, teleported by a magic tool, so they should know where I am at any given moment. Oh, so you know Lambert? Yes, I've been in his care in a lot of ways. Also, I'll be asking him how to make a mantle using the wyvern hide. I see. I understood. If Lambert comes, I'll tell him. Please and thank you. Well, then I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Like that, we left the Adventurers Guild. I would like wyvern meat for today's meal. I know already. Wyvern meat, huh? I wonder how it tastes. I can't really imagine. When I saw it in the storehouse, it kind of looked like Wagyu beef. It seems like it's a high-class ingredient. Well, I would assume it's a dragon. So it shouldn't be bad. I'm looking forward to it just a little, though. Ah, right. I need to go and bring this wyvern hide to Lambert's place. Fel will be heading to Lambert's store for a bit. Got it. Be quick. When I swung by Lambert's store, Lambert himself just happened to be in. Lambert, I brought the hide. Oh, then this way, please. I entered the parlor room in the back of the store along with Lambert. Then I'll be counting on you to make a mantle, a belt with an attached scabbard, and a pair of shoes with this. Yes, certainly. Now then, can I ask you to wait for a little bit? Leaving those words behind, Lambert stood up and left the room before coming back after a little while. Here, please accept this as proof of your order. Lambert handed me a wooden tag. It had today's date as well as what I ordered and what I left with them, the wyvern hide burnt onto it. In half a year, I'll be exchanging your order for this and the payment, so make sure not to lose it. Well, even if you do, I won't forget you, so it should be fine, Makoto. No. I'll make sure to safeguard it properly. I'm looking forward to half a year from now. After all, right, I'll be leaving town soon, so I need to tell you. You can ask for my whereabouts at the Adventurers Guild. I've asked the Guildmaster there to tell you if you ask. Lambert, so if you need something, you'll know where I am. Oh, so you're finally leaving? You've been good to me, Makoto. No, I'm the one who's been treated well by you. I'll come back in half a year about when the mantle and stuff should be done, so I'll be in your care again at that time. No, we'll be the ones in your care. I'll be waiting for you with some good stuff. Yes, I'll be counting on you for that. Handing the wyvern hide over to Lambert, we left Lambert's store behind. Hey, Fel, you said you wanted to go to the ocean, but is it okay to leave right after receiving the money and materials from those wyverns the day after tomorrow? Yes, I've become interested after hearing about that dragon earlier. I want to go as soon as possible. No, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but I'm not going anywhere near any dungeons. Not to mention, we'll be stopping by Krell before the Dungeon City Dolan, so you won't be going right away anyway. You're correct. We have to take a request there, no? That's right, but it should be easy for you, right, Fel? Of course, it will be nothing for one such as me. Let us quickly take care of the request in Krell and hurry to the Dungeon City. It won't be that quick, though. Since we already have the go-ahead to be free in this country, I want to take advantage of that and sightsee in Krell, too. It seems that they're famous for their textiles, so I want to get new clothes there, too. We'll be staying there for several days. But, dungeon! Even if you don't hurry that much, it's not like the dungeon will run away. Also, it's not like we're rushing toward anything, so why not take it easy and look around? Fine, it can't be helped. Dude, he's got a one-track mind for that dungeon. Now then, let's eat. Indeed, remember the wyvern meat. Yeah. I retrieved the wyvern meat from my item box. What expensive-looking meat. It looked exactly like those cuts of A5 Wagyu meat, basically meant only for gourmet places you see featured on magazines and TV. It was well marbled and looked the picture of high-class gourmet meat. The way you can tell, they say you can tell how well fed the animals were by the state of their meat, and from looking at this meat, these wyverns must have eaten pretty damn well. They seem to be a pretty strong species, so I can understand why, though. In those cases, it might actually turn out tastier if I don't try to do too much and just make a simple dish to let the ingredients shine. And if that's the case, it's going to be steak. Having decided that, I opened my online supermarket. With meat this high quality, I also wanted to be a bit more picky about the kind of salt and pepper I used as well. Looking at the page for salt, my eyes stopped on a single item. What is this? Sea salt taken from the ocean and dried for 1 year. Sun-dried sea salt. This looks good. I'm getting it. Next is pepper. Oh, this looks good. What I had latched onto was black pepper that came in a grinder. It came in the bottle still as peppercorns, and by turning the end, you would grind the peppers out. I bought the salt and pepper as well as some wine because I felt like enjoying all this meat with some. Yeah, we actually sell the pepper grinders at my work. They're probably not the high quality stuff, like the really high quality ones you see at regular restaurants, but we got some. Which I find funny. Okay, cut the wyvern meat into thick chunks for cooking into steaks. Oil up the frying pan and then put it over high heat. I'm trying out using the fattiest part of the wyvern as a substitute for oil. After seasoning the wyvern meat with salt and pepper, lay a steak down into the frying pan. When I do this, it elicits a nice sizzling sound. Since it's such a good meat, it should taste just fine, rare, so quickly roast both sides of the steak. From sight alone, I could tell it was just the most delicious thing. Right, first I need to taste test it. Oh my god. What the heck? This is just beautiful. It's so soft it melts in my mouth, and then my mouth just overflows with the meat's umami. As a flavor, it kind of resembles beef. I thought back to the times when I would splurge and get some Wagyu steaks whenever I got my bonus pay. No, this is even better than that. Hey, hurry up with my share. Suey wants some too. Sorry, I'll cook them up now. This meat's amazing by itself, so I think it's just best not to drown it with too much stuff. I'll just simply season it with some salt and pepper and cook it, okay? The wyvern meat was just too good. I spaced out for a bit. Anything is fine, just hurry it up. Master, faster! That was already drooling an ocean, and Suey was also looking like he'd jump on me at any moment. I hurried to finish cooking the wyvern steak seasoned with salt and pepper. Oh, the wyvern meat is delicious, just as I remembered. It's meat and soft and tasty. I know, right? An unbelievable taste came out of that already amazing-looking meat. I ate my own share of the wyvern meat as I cooked up more portions for Fel and Suey. I also had a cup of wine to go with it. Of course, the wine was red. Mouth-meltingly soft and delicious meat with wine. What a feeling of luxury this brings. After that, we indulged ourselves to the fullest with the wyvern meat. Fel and Suey both had several extra portions of the meat and ate until they were ready to burst. Since we were planning to leave town tomorrow, today I was going to spend time preparing for the trip by doing things like pre-making food. Of course, I borrowed the inn's courtyard for this once more. I started from the fried foods that are becoming a regular in our menu. Using the 4 different meats of red serpent, black serpent, rockbird, and giant dodo, I fried up both the previous flavors of karage. Then I also made some of the pork cutlets and the popular cheese-stuffed chicken cutlet. Next, using the remaining ground beef, I prepared Hamburg steak cutlets. I also made both regular steak cutlets and cheese-stuffed steak cutlets, since Suey liked the cheese-stuffed kind. I used up all the ground meat as I said about making some more. Using the hand-cranked mincer, I diligently ground out both Orc General and Bloody Hornbull meat. Turning the crank over and over and over, I continued to grind out large amounts of meat. As much should be fine. Whew, that was tiring. Next was something I thought of while eating the wyvern meat yesterday, that being the fact that the wyvern meat would do good in shabu shabu or sukiyaki. And so I started to chop up a large amount of thinly sliced cuts of the wyvern meat, although running out midway sometimes also has its own charms. Nevertheless, I made quite a lot of the thinly sliced wyvern meat. I had the cuts out on a plate, wrapped the plate, and stored it in my item box. There were a lot of scraps left over from creating those thin slices of wyvern meat, so I decided to make some wyvern Hamburg steak with the leftovers. I've seen people using Wagyu scraps to make 100% Wagyu patties on a gourmet show once, so I was going to try and imitate that. If I remember correctly, the recipe needed nutmeg. I didn't usually put nutmeg in my patties. I was the type to not bother putting in ingredients that didn't have to be there. Sparkling after all. Just kidding. I was just too lazy to go and buy the ingredients, so I never ended up putting it in. I'm using good meat this time, so let's do this properly. The show I watched said that doing it that way enhanced the taste of it, and so I bought nutmeg with my skill. Start off by cooking the onions until they're completely soft and brown, and then leave them to cool. This time, instead of running the wyvern meat through a mincer, we are going to mince the meat with a knife. Unlike with a mincer, cutting the meat with a knife often leaves differently sized chunks and makes it harder to shape. And having water content left in the onions makes the patties even harder to form, so that was why we cooked the onions earlier. Even I properly go through this step, although I'm normally of the raw onion faction. Next, roughly mince the wyvern meat with a knife. According to the show, leaving the chunks at a size where you think it's just a little large gives the patty a chunky feeling and helps the umami flavor. Once the mincing of the meat is finished, put the meat into a bowl along with the cooked onions, panko, beaten eggs, nutmeg, and salt and pepper, and mix thoroughly. Next is the forming of the patties and cooking them. Start with medium heat for 1 minute, then low heat for 4, for flipping the patty and doing the same on the other side. While cooking the opposite side over low heat, hit the frying pan with some wine and steam with the lid for a while to finish out the dish. For the sauce, I made the usual mix of ketchup and Worcestershire, but I also added some wine and butter to it this time. This made the sauce richer than usual, and it looked like it would complement this wyvern meat nicely. Good, I should go call Fel and Suey. I didn't even have to call them, the two were waiting right behind me. Wow, good thing you weren't... Damn! Here. Good. Wow, it looks good. The two of them start eating the wyvern hamburger steak. Seeing that, I also started on my portion. Ooh, the meat juices just explode out of the patty, and the texture of this chunky meat is nice. Mincing the meat by hand was a little more effort, but this kind of hamburger steak is nice too. Is this wyvern meat? Yeah, it is. Just roasting wyvern meat makes it plenty delicious, but having it this way is nice too, right? Indeed, this is good. Chopping it as finely as you did made the meat taste even better. Yeah, this is tasty. Suey wants more. Me too. Sure. I made a second helping for Fel and Suey. In the end, the hamburger steak patties made out of wyvern meat, which I had made a fairly large amount of, were all consumed by Fel and Suey. Man, though, those two sure eat way too much. If you're not careful, they'll get fat. Suey would, at least. I don't know about Fel. How much more do I have left? Only 16 minutes! Wow! Okay. I had come to the Adventurers Guild. There must have been... Damn it. They must have been used to, as soon as an employee saw me, they went to alert the Guildmaster. The Guildmaster and I headed for the familiar storehouse. Hey bro, it's done. 6 wyverns worth of meat, hides, and magic stones. I threw all the meat, hides, and magic stones Johann handed me into my item box. Moving on, the Guildmaster explained the details of my reward. The reward for the wyvern subjugation was 840 gold. This was raised a little since the request was made as an emergency. For the sake of the sale of materials, the fangs, poison sacks, and poison barbs of all 13 of them came out to 481 gold. As for the 5 sets of magic stones and hides, the hides were worth 1,000 gold in all, and the magic stones were 1,650 gold. Although, altogether I was to receive 3,971 gold. That was paid in 397 large gold coins, and 1 regular gold coin. And I made another huge load of money. It was better than being poor, but I was feeling a little lost having so much of it. Maybe I'll just splurge a little at places we visit? Wait, huh? Didn't you say before that I'd be getting 2,500 gold? It seems a little much. Ah, that. That was just for the sale of materials. Also, the hides this time were of real prime quality, so we're paying a little extra. That, along with the subjugation request reward, makes this amount. I see. We were really saved by your being here this time. We were able to gather all the adventurers above C rank that were in town, along with the knights, to go out and do the job, but doing so would have resulted in a lot of casualties. Really, you have my thanks, so I added my gratitude to your reward. So we added a little extra to my quest reward. Kinda... Sorry. Fel and Suey both just killed them without any real effort. I guess I'll go buy the two of them something. That being said, knowing the two of them would be something food-related. But still, lots of casualties, huh? So according to the Guildmaster, and also what little I gleaned from talking to the other adventurers briefly, killing wyvern herds results in a lot of casualties, but Fel and Suey just kind of beheaded them easily. The wyverns died without ever being able to do anything. Fel and Suey are way too strong. Especially Suey. That slime's been getting so strong so quick ever since it evolved, huh? Wait, will Suey evolve again? Even though it's already ridiculous, I'm getting a little scared. Well, it won't be a problem as long as Suey remains cute like it is now. While I was absorbed in my thoughts, the employee who had run to get the money returned. There. Here are your 397 gold coins and 1 large gold coins and 1 gold coin. The Guildmaster took the bag of money from the employee and put it in front of me. Taking the bag from the Guildmaster, I stored it in my item box. You leaving? Yes. I've already talked to the Guildmaster at Krell, Dolan, Neof, and Berlin, whatever. Make sure you stop by those places, the Guildmaster said, fixing my travel plans in place. I know already. I want to go and see a lot of different towns, so I'll make sure to stop by. I'm counting on you. The other Guildmasters are waiting. But doesn't that just mean the other Guildmasters are ready and waiting to foist all their leftover requests onto us? Damn! Okay, then, the both of you have treated me very well up until now. That being said, I'll still be coming back in half a year to pick up my order from Lambert. So when that happens, I'll be in your care once more. Oh, I see. We'll be waiting. Make sure you come back safe and sound, you hear? Right. Having a big earner like you around makes my job worth doing. After exchanging goodbyes with the guildmaster and old man Johann, we left the Adventurers Guild. Well then, let's go. Indeed, let us hurry to Krell or whatever the name was. Get on. Yeah. Wait, don't you just want to go to the dungeon city already? Well, that's fine, but we're still staying at Krell for several days. Like that, we left the town of Carolina behind us. Chapter 9, New Friend. Fel was running along the road. I had told him to take it easier, but he must have been feeling in a rush since he didn't drop his speed at all. I was getting used to riding on Fel after having done it so much, but I was only just barely okay. The adventurers and merchants we passed by every once in a while all wore surprised faces. Of course. Once the sun finally started to set, Fel stopped. Let us stop here for today. I got off Fel's back before swaying and sitting down on the ground. You're going way too fast. I was not. You held on just fine, did you not? I would have been seriously injured if I hadn't. I was so desperate not to die that I managed to stay on, that's all. Go slower tomorrow. Fine, we are going to reach Krell tomorrow at any rate anyway. Huh? Really? Yes, I can feel the presence of a gathering of a lot of humans up ahead. That is probably Krell. So he can tell that even though it looks like there's quite a distance left to Krell. Wait, we're already almost there? I thought it'd take a little longer. Is it not better to get there sooner? More importantly, I am hungry. I somehow got the feeling that I was just tricked, but whatever. Then I'll make dinner, so wait a little. Today's dinner is shabu shabu. Let's hurry up and eat this thin-cut wyvern that I spent my effort cutting. I even already prepared the pot with water and seaweed yesterday before sleeping. Right, first up I need to buy the vegetables and sauce from the online supermarket. For the vegetables, Chinese cabbage, mustard greens, and I still have carrots. So green onions and also Japanese hackberries and shimeji mushrooms would be good, I think. For the shabu shabu sauce, this should be it. Of course, it was ponzu and sesame sauce. I need to cut the vegetables up first, don't I? Cut the Chinese cabbage into large strands. Slice off the root of the mustard greens, then render the rest into 5-centimeter long pieces. As for the carrots, cut those into long strips. The green onions should be cut thinly diagonally, and the hackberries and shimeji mushrooms should have their hard tips cut off and rendered into small, easily digestible pieces. After that, put the pot that was prepared yesterday on heat and take out the seaweed just before the water starts boiling. Right, now it's finally time to shabu shabu the wyvern meat. I threw the meat into the shabu shabu pot and occasionally some vegetables too. Hold on. Okay. Taking the finished meat and vegetables and putting them on a plate, I first covered them in ponzu. Vel, can you wake up Sui? Sui is already awake. Food! Because it's time for food. Here, I placed a veritable mountain of shabu shabu in front of the two on top of a plate. This is wyvern meat. The sauce on top of it adds a little bit of acidity. I feel like I could eat this almost forever. Yeah, it's just a little sour and refreshing so Sui can eat all the meat. No, it'll be trouble if you guys eat any more. The ponzu was no good. It was too refreshing and promoted smooth eating. Next is the sesame sauce. I guess I should eat too. I took my plate of shabu shabu with vegetables and first used ponzu. Oh, how delicious. Wyvern meat definitely works with the ponzu. It's so refreshing to eat. It really does feel like I could eat an infinite amount of this with vegetables. More. How fast? Shabu 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 shabu. What the fuck? Here, of course I use the sesame sauce. It's a different flavor. This one's good too. Indeed it is good. That first one was Sui, I'm sorry. Then I'll be going with the sesame sauce from now on. Oh, I need to finish mine before they ask for more. Take some wyvern meat with the hackberries and some sesame sauce. Yep, it's delicious. This thick and fragrant sesame sauce goes nicely with meat. In the end, both the ponzu and the sesame sauce were good. But I can't decide which one's better. Shabu shabu is really just better with both of them. More. I already said you're eating too fast. Fine. It's such work making meals for these two. In the end, I had to give them countless more servings until they were satisfied. After the meal, I used earth magic to make a box house. It was to be my sleeping spot for tonight. I spread both mine and Fel's futon inside. Fel, I'll be taking a bath so you can go to sleep first. Got it. Then I will be sleeping now. Leaving those words behind, Fel entered the house. Now then, time for my bath. Master, by bath, do you mean that hot water? Yes, I do. Do you want to come in too, Sui? Yeah! I created another set of stone walls to surround us and released the bathtub from my item box. Sui, can you fill this with water? Sure. I had Sui fill the tub with water and as usual used a fireball to heat it up. The temperature's nice. Learning from my past mistakes, I took out some bathing goods I had brought before. Blemo, a bath mat. As long as I had this, I wouldn't be entering the bath with muddy feet anymore. Sui, you can go in first. Okay. It's warm. Man, Sui sure warmed up to that bath. Taking off my clothes, I washed my hair and body. Washing my body like this with all the bubbles sure feels nice and refreshing. Rinsing off the suds, I entered the bath. I forgot to put in the bath salts. When I added in some of the yuzu scented kind, a pleasant citrusy aroma of yuzu started to gently wash in the water. What a nice scent. It feels so nice. Yeah. After thoroughly enjoying the bath together with Sui, I had thought to immediately go to sleep, but I ended up remembering about that. If I didn't do it, they'd kick up a fuss. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to do it. Goddesses, can you hear me? I have some weird connection with these people, so this should be fine. Maybe. We can hear you. We've been killing ourselves waiting, you know. That's right, I have something I want to ask you for. Yeah, we've been waiting. Food and candy. It went through immediately, huh? The pressure of their anticipation is so real. Just don't ask for anything impossible, please. Just like I said last time, 3 silver each, right? So then, have you all decided what you want? I already told you before, but it's 3 silver per person. Please keep that in mind. I made sure to remind them and put a nail in the coffin of any ideas they might have had, since it seemed like they'd ask for something absurd again. Especially Ninrir, that divine disappointment. Why is my name the one that's singled out? I understand already. 3 silver apiece. She was totally going to ask for something ridiculous. Wait a second, Ninrir. By that face, you were fairly ready to ask for something stupid. Didn't the other worlder boy just say that it was 3 silver each? If you ask for too much, we'll all get punished for what you did and lose our ability to get what we want from the other world. Keep that in mind, okay? She's right. Stop being so selfish, Ninrir. Ninrir bad. Even though I was the first one to find him and give him my blessing, damn it, it wouldn't hurt to give me just a little preferential treatment. I figured that divine disappointment Ninrir would be the most deplorable out of the bunch of them. I'm still disappointed, though. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but I am no disappointment. He calls you a divine disappointment. It fits you, Ninrir. It's perfect. Divine disappointment. You guys too? Yup, just like Ninrir, using words unbefitting a goddess. She's acting as normal. I am a goddess, you know. You need to show more respect. I mean, even if you tell me to do that. Now, calm down, Ninrir. No more important, let's hurry up and tell them what we want. Huh? That's right, of course I want sweets. Also, that black drink and that clear one, too, from before. Those were fizzy and sweet, and they were the first things I've drunk that I thought was delicious. Also, some more dorayaki. Nice one, Kisharo. As expected, she's good at handling Ninrir the disappointing. It's sweets for Ninrir, got it? Also, cola and cider, too. Still, though, Ninrir sure doesn't waver at all. She just sweets all the time. I opened my online supermarket and started with the dorayaki. I also added cakes and puddings, several kinds of chocolates and cookies into the cart at random. Lastly, I also added 1.5 liter bottles of her desired cola and cider. Next, please. Next is me, Kisharo. That shampoo, hair treatment, and hair mask from before was really good. My hair's got more gloss now, and the dryness in my hair is completely gone. And it's so much easier to style now. And this fragrance. Every time I move, the scent gently wafts, and this just entrances me. It's the best. It's popular with the male gods, too. Uh-oh. You gotta be careful, girl, because if they find out that it's something that they can't get it, and that you can't normally get it, and they'll figure out something's going on. They'll come and find out. So you see, didn't you say that there's tens of varieties of that otherworld shampoo and stuff? So I'd like the same stuff, but with a different scent this time. I'm counting on you to choose a good one, okay? So Kisharo is once again asking for shampoo and hair treatment and hair masks, huh? Certainly. Nowadays, shampoo and stuff smells nice. I get what the male gods are thinking. As a man, it's way more impactful smelling the subtle, nice scents of shampoo wafting off of hair when women move than something strong like shampoo, like perfume. I looked through the beauty products trying to find something for Kisharo. This is the one I bought before. What? This one says it's got a rose bouquet scent, which means avoid rose scents and... Oh, this might be nice. It says it's got a fruity floral fragrance and it's from the same non-silicone and series for damaged hair. It looks perfect for Kisharo, who's concerned about the dryness of her hair. It was the same price as before, each costing 9 copper. Calling this stuff good, there was still some allowance left over. Goddess Kisharo, even if I buy what you want, you still have 3 coppers left over. What should I do? If that's the case, then I'd like what you used when you got in the bath before. What was it called? Bath salts? Bath salts, sure. Wait a second. Why did she know that? I used that when I took a bath? No way. Why do you know what I used when I took a bath? Well, that's because we all watched you taking one! Dude, y'all are perverts! What the fuck? Don't watch someone while they're taking a bath! I don't care if you're a man or a woman! Wait, Ninrare? Wait a second, guys. What are you even doing? It's a crime to peep on someone in the bath. No, you see, we didn't mean anything bad by it. We were just watching you do stuff and you went and took a bath. No, isn't it fine to just stop watching them? Or stop watching then? Geez, shut up. You're a man. Stop kicking up too much fuss over something as small as being seen naked. Ninrare, you say that because I'm a man, but guys hate being seen naked too. Not to mention, now that I know that, how am I supposed to relax in the bath now? She's right. Also, you know seeing your scrawny body isn't a treat or anything, right, Ruka? Well, sorry for having such a scrawny body, Agni. Men aren't just their muscles, you know. This has nothing to do with Ruka. Yeah, Ruka's staying out of it. Anyway, you guys definitely need to stop peeking when I'm in the bath. If this happens again, I'll stop offering you all anything. Sorry. We get it. Fine. Jeez, what are those guys is even doing up there all day? I need to regroup. I added the yuzu scented bath salts into the cart for Kisharo. Next. Hey, it's me, Agni. I'd really like some alcohol. Hey, one's fine, right? One, huh? That much might be fine. What do you all think? Let's see, if we say no, I'd feel sorry for Agni, so one might be okay. If it's only one. Agni, just one, got it. Sure, got it. Okay, one alcohol. Something strong would be nice, and large too. After that, whatever snacks you like. Those fried and boiled potatoes and fried meat from before were delicious. Those would be good. Agni, why did you just send a separate oracle to tell me to get a big one? Well, one is fine, so as long as it isn't over 3 silver, I don't mind. For strong alcohol, that would have to be whiskey, I think. Oh, this would be nice. They were running ads for this on TV. It's 1 silver for copper for 700 milliliter. After that, Agni said that she wanted more fries and hamburger steak cutlets, so I put some of the stuff I made earlier on a plate. I added both the plain and the cheese stuff kind of. Set the price to be the same as before. But there's still some money left. Whiskey with some sparkling water would make a highball, wouldn't it? Adding some sparkling water to the cart, that brought the price to basically 3 silver. Last is Ruka, right? What will it be? Sweets and food. More food than candy. So Ruka's the same as before, too. But this time she'd like more food? Then the same hamburger steaks and steak cutlets from before, yeah? And karage. After that, let's add some side dishes from the online supermarket. Croquettes, fried shrimp and chili shrimp, thick fried egg and macaroni salad. That should be enough. Oh, also some white bread and rice balls. As for the rest, just random sweets should be fine. Okay, this should be it. I laid out the offerings for each goddess on their own cardboard altars. These are the offerings you desired. Please receive them. The stuff on top of the cardboard altars disappeared. Right after I could hear the excited noises made by the goddesses. I have something important to warn Goddess Agni about. That alcohol is very strong, so don't drink it all at once. If you're gonna drink it as is, I'd recommend diluting it with ice and sipping at it. You can also dilute with water or mix it with the soda water I also sent you. Sure, got it. Thanks, man. Oh god, this is not gonna go well. And it's finally over. Every time dealing with those goddesses is so tiring. Let's just sleep. I crawled into the futon that already had Sui in it and fell asleep. Just as Fel had said, we reached Krell the next day. Krell was deserving of its fame for its textiles, and the streets were lined with fabric or thread or fabric specialty stores and clothing stores. We went to the Adventurers Guild first, and when we did, it was nice to see that although we attracted attention since Fel was around, no one tried to bother us. When I showed my guild card at the receptionist desk, the lady working there, it was a cute dog-eared beastkin, told me to wait a little and left. Aw, that's cute. Hey, you're here! I've been waiting! This man, the one yelling with a huge voice while coming over was a small old man with a large unkempt beard. Is that a dwarf? I've heard of them before, but this is my first time seeing one. I've heard about you from Carolina's Willem. Carolina's Willem? If I remember right, that's the guildmaster from Carolina's name, I think. Still, this small old man, even though he's so short, he's really muscular, not to mention his ridiculously shaggy hair. He's so obviously a dwarf, I'm actually a little moved. What? Have you never seen a dwarf before? Not really, no. Dwarves aren't really that rare in this country, you know. Well, I mean, he just hasn't been in this country very long, so I mean, you can't really blame him for being a little surprised. Aren't you heading to the dungeon city of Dolan after this? There's dwarven adventurers and blacksmiths all over there. Huh, is that so? So there's even dwarf adventurers. I saw Beastkin adventurers at Carolina every once in a while, but I never saw any dwarves. I've heard there's also elves, but I haven't seen one of those either. Huh, I might be able to see all kinds of people when we get to the dungeon city of Dolan. I wonder if elves really are all beautiful people. I don't give a shit about guys, but I'm really interested in those beautiful elf ladies. And maybe we'll get to know each other. I wish. He wants a girlfriend. That would be nice. Oh, that's right. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I am the Guildmaster of the Adventurers Guild here in Krell. You can call me Rodolfo. Rodolfo? Yeah, I guess what it is. Rodolfo, whatever. Pleased to meet you. Saying that, the small old man, or rather Rodolfo, took my hand and shook it. Now then, it's a little too public to talk here, so let's go to my room. Follow me. We followed after the slowly walking Rodolfo. Well, anyway, have a seat. After following Rodolfo and arriving at the Guildmaster's room, I took a seat across from the old dwarf. Fel laid down in an empty space next to the seat. I heard a lot of rumors, you know. To make a Fenrir a familiar, at first I thought, what fool things are these people saying? But after hearing it from Willem, and on top of that, the same things that other people are saying as well, even though I was a bit dubious about it, I started thinking it might be possible, to think that I'd really be able to lay my eyes on a beast of legend. Not only that, but I've heard that you have a slime that's absurdly powerful. Roloff commented, stealing a glance at Fel. Dubious, huh? That's how it would be, hearing about Fel without ever seeing him, isn't it? He's legendary after all. Even Sui's gotten real strong real fast after it evolved. Even surprises me, its master. So then I'm sorry to put this on you since you just arrived, but can we talk about the requests? Sure. To tell you the truth, apparently they needed the strength from a venom tarantula. From its looks, it's just a huge spider, as soon as possible. I was told that it was a request from the Bruno Trading Company, one of this adventurer's largest clients, but it seemed that the venom tarantula nest was in a pretty inconvenient place. I was told that the venom tarantula could be found in the Ishtam Forest, which lay north of town, but on top of being chock full of poison-bearing bug-type monsters, A-rank giant centipedes, they looked exactly as you'd imagine, also lived there. In the first place, you see, bug-type monsters don't have a lot of usable materials. Figure in the poison on top of that, and no one wants to go. Not only that, but if A-rank giant centipedes are there as well, absolutely no one would accept it, and the people from the Bruno Trading Company keep hassling me, asking me when it'll be done. I was at my wit's end. I was told the cloth made from a venom tarantula silk is of the highest quality, and that it was used in formal wear and dresses for nobles or something. Apparently that Bruno Trading Company received a sudden request from one of the nobles they were close to, and they had just run out of venom tarantula silk to make the cloth with, so the company was in an uproar as well. It seemed that they tried all sorts of things to get their hands on the silk, but they were still just a little short, and so that led to this request. I understood the venom tarantulas were in this Ishtam forest, and it seemed that we were marked for this mission since it was an emergency, and the request had been left alone all this time since it was so annoying to do. Will you please take this request? I can't just ignore the plight of the Bruno Trading Company like that, since they're such good clients. Rodolfo made a troubled face. It looked like he was really worried about them. Fel, what do you think? Bugs, huh? I hate bugs since there's not many of them that are edible. You can't eat venom spiders, and they aren't terrible, so they are one of the better bugs, but that shell... What? You can eat spiders? You can eat venom tarantulas? Yeah, just as the Fenrir said, bugs are generally inedible, but out of the edible ones, the venom tarantula is said to be the best. They're nice boiled, you know. You can eat spiders. Just as Rodolfo had said, bug-type monsters didn't have many usable parts, but venom tarantulas had their silk, their meat, and their venom sac, and so were one of the more fruitful types of bug monsters. By the way, venom tarantulas were B-ranked, but apparently they were more often found without magic stones. I'll add a little extra to your reward so can I ask you to do this? It looked like he was really troubled by this, and I really wanted to help him, but in reality, Fel would be doing all the work. Fel, is this a hard request? Do not say something so foolish. There is no request too hard for me. If you were to cook it, I guess I would get to be pretty good. Okay, I got it. I will take that request. It looks like it's okay. We'll take the request. Oh, I see. Thanks. So, since it's an emergency, it's better to be fast about it, right? Sorry, but if you could, that'd be great. But today is there's not much time until the sun sets. Fel, how about tomorrow? Sure, that'd be fine. Well, then we'll leave tomorrow. I see. Thanks for being so quick about it. There's something I want to ask you. Is there anywhere I can stay that allows familiars? If that's what you want, then I recommend the Spinning Wheel Inn. After getting the location of that inn from Rodolfo, we left the Adventurers Guild. Fel, I'd like to go look around the clothing stores here on the way to the inn. I went around looking at any clothes that caught my eye while we headed to the inn. This was supposed to be the town of textiles, and the clothes displayed in stores all looked to be several levels of quality better than the clothes I had bought. The clothes sold in this town were all plain, but were properly dyed and looked well made. Ah, this is good. Fel, I'm going inside. I had my eye on an olive-colored pair of pants and an ivory-colored shirt. All my clothes were a dull brown or close to it, so my eyes naturally went to this kind of color. Man, this is nice. Do you like it? Unlike other towns, this place's clothes are almost all new. Of course, this one is too. The shirt is 1 gold and 5 silver, the pants are 2 gold. If you go to other towns, the same thing would cost you almost twice as much, I think. But this is the town of textiles, so we could sell it at this price, you know. You're getting a very good deal here. A good deal. You're a real shrewd salesperson. Hearing those words makes me want to buy it. Even the feel of the material couldn't be compared to what I was wearing now. I feel it's a little expensive, but I got a lot of money, so I guess I'll splurge here. That's you splurging? I hate to see what you going crazy is. I ended up buying 3 pairs of the shirts and pants. All 3 shirts were ivory colored, and as for the pants, I got them in an olive, deep blue, and dark gray. It was somewhat of an impulse buy, but I was satisfied. Let's try them on tomorrow. I'm guessing that the going crazy would be buying the bathtub. So, or that's the craziest thing I've seen him buy. So far. Last night, I stayed at the Spinning Wheel Inn Rodolfo the Guildmaster introduced me to. This morning, I tried on the clothes I bought yesterday. The fabric felt nice and comfortable on my body, and it was very easy to move in. I made a good purchase. It was a whole new level of comfortable compared to the clothes I had worn until now. I might not be able to go back to these clothes anymore. Now we were heading out to the forest of Ishtam in order to complete Rodolfo's request of obtaining some venom tarantulas. I didn't want to dirty my new clothes, but there was no other choice. And you could just wear the other clothes until you come back. Let's go then, Fel. Indeed. As always, I got on top of Fel's back. Sui was inside my bag. Good, let's go. Fel ran off toward the forest of Ishtam. How much more do I have left? If there's not much left. I'll wait till I get to the next chapter. This is the forest of Ishtam, or at least it looks like it. Indeed. Spread out in front of our eyes was a thick, dense forest. Some unknown creatures' cries of, I'm not even going to try, reverberated through the forest, and an obviously creepy air was laid thickly throughout the whole thing. Let us go. Leaving those words behind, Fel slowly walked into the forest of Ishtam. The dense foliage and packed trees caused the forest to be dark, even though it was the middle of the day. Ah, right. This place is supposed to be full of poison-bearing, bug-type monsters. Are we okay here? We have my barriers, and we also have all the gods' blessings. There is no need to worry. Oh, that's right. Fel, Sui, and I all have blessings from the goddesses. But don't I only have a blessing small? I only have a blessing small, though. Did not Ninrir already tell you? Even a blessing small will invalidate status abnormalities unless it's something as strong as an instant death effect. Oh yeah, she did say something like that. I just figured she was messing with you. Judging from these presences, there's nothing in the forest that is such a poison, so you are fine. I see, thank goodness. So then, do you know where these venom tarantulas are? Yeah, I know generally where they are from their presence. They are pretty deep in the forest. We are going. Fel started running toward where the venom tarantulas were located. On the way, we encountered monsters that looked like huge moths or monsters that looked like huge mosquitoes, but Fel cut them down all into halves with one spell. Seeing how Fel could do that while running, I started feeling really grateful that he wasn't my enemy. Yeah. What's wrong? Fel had suddenly stopped. A big one is coming. As if waiting for Fel to finish his sentence, what popped out with perfect timing was an absolutely enormous centipede. It looked like it must be over a meter just in width. Is that a giant centipede? Indeed, wait a little. Fel squared off against the giant centipede, and just as it was about to attack, and the giant centipede that had been in the middle of raising its head fell to the side. There was a large hole open to the sky just under the giant centipede's jaws. Sui did it! Sui beat the big one! Sui? Oh man, Fel's gone all stiff. Sui did steal Fel's prey after all. Well, forgive it, will you? Since the giant centipede that Sui defeated was an A-rank monster, I decided to bring it back for now and stuffed it in my item box. Look, the main target venom tarantulas are still around, you know. Let's get going. Get on. Fel, who had just had his spotlight stolen, said brusquely, Master, are there more to beat? Yeah, this time we're gonna have Uncle Fel do it, okay? What? So he wants to go pew pew. You can help if there's a whole bunch of them, okay? Yeah, got it. Please let there be a whole bunch of venom tarantulas. So he wants to go wild. As soon as I got on top of Fel, he immediately started running. After a little while, I spotted several spider nests among the trees. I could see large spiders around 1 meter in height inside those nests. So these are venom tarantulas, huh? Yeah. The huge spiders were colored a dark purple that was close to black. Are these really edible? According to Rodolfo, just taking 2 is fine, but there's quite a lot here. We are hunting all of them. As Fel said that, he immediately activated his magic. And a lot of noises. Lightning assaulted the venom tarantulas. Lightning magic, huh? It looks like a stronger version of a stun gun. Ah, they fell out of their nests. It is finished. How fast? Are they all dead? Yes, I hit their heads with lightning. It's over already? Man, it's already fast going with Fel. Always fast going with Fel around. I retrieved the 8 venom tarantulas that had fallen from their nests into my item box. Oh, where's Sui's turn? Aw, Stewie, just be patient this time, okay? But Stewie wanted to go pew-pew and beat them too. There's a dungeon right up next, so you can fight a lot there. Dungeon? You mean that place with lots of enemies? Yeah. Dungeon's so fun! Even though I've resolved myself to never go in a dungeon again. So now it's decided we're going to the dungeon. God damn it, stop laughing, Fel. I'm weak to what Stewie wants, so what? There's probably no way I can get out of going in now that Sui's this excited about it, but make sure it's safe, okay? There's no dungeon around that would not be safe with me around. Be at ease. Well, with Fel around, it probably is fine. Let's go back. Indeed. Hopping onto Fel's back, I rode him as he read back the way we came. Once we exited the forest, I noticed the sun was still high in the sky. We should finish that fast, huh? Indeed, but there's still a lot of time left. I'm also famished. Let's eat here. Sure, let's do that. Then I'll get it ready, so wait a little. Understood. The food was to be the simple cutlet sandwiches. I made 3 different sandwiches using the pork cutlets, cheese stuffed chicken cutlets, and hamburger steak cutlets I had made and stored beforehand. Spreading butter on some bread, I added some cabbage I had cut into small strips and put some mayonnaise on top. Then I put the cutlet on along with a lot of sauce before sandwiching it with another buttered piece of bread. After cutting the sandwich in half, the dish was done. This time I tried putting a little mustard into just the pork cutlet sandwich to make mustard mayo. It's done. I presented the plate with 3 different types of sandwiches on it to Fel and Sui. How delicious, especially this one that somewhat stings. It seemed that Fel took well to the mustard mayo I used in the pork cutlet sandwich. I had never used mustard mayo before, after all. It looks like spicier things work for Fel too, huh? Sui likes this white gooey stuff. Ah, the cheese stuffed chicken cutlet, right? Sui loves cheese after all. More. I gave Fel a larger serving of the pork cutlet sandwiches with the mustard mayo and Sui a larger serving of the cheese stuffed chicken cutlets. Or cheese stuffed chicken cutlet sandwiches. I also started eating myself. I was eating pork cutlet sandwiches made with a little extra mustard in the mustard mayo mix. Yeah, this works. This mustard mayo tastes great. Retrieving a plastic bottle of chilled tea from my item box, I took a gulp. Once my palate was refreshed, I took another bite of the sandwich. Master, give Ui something to drink too. Me too, that fizzy stuff is good. Yeah. I used my online supermarket to buy cola for the 2. There was still time before the sunset when we finished our meal. We still have some time, so I'm gonna start doing some work. You 2 can take a nap or something. Got it, Sui's gonna take a nap. Saying so, Sui climbed inside its favorite spot inside my bag. What, are you planning something? Kind of. I'm pre-making some food. There's something I want to try. Is it good? Of course. I am looking forward to it. Yep, well, that's what I'm doing, so you can go relax over there or something. Indeed, I understand. Now then, what I want to make is none other than gyoza. Gyoza? Geyser? I have some ground meat after all. Of course I'd have to do this. I love gyoza and eat it a lot after all. Enough to always keep a stock of it in my fridge back home. So at any rate, I was thinking of preparing gyoza. Gyoza, geyser, whatever. I was preparing those to be eaten later, so I was going to make quite a lot. And if there was to be too little meat in the filling, Fel would complain. So I made it with extra meat for him. After that, all I had to pay attention to was to flavor it enough so they could be eaten with or without sauce. Oh, need to get the rest of the ingredients from the online supermarket. I remember I still had cabbage, garlic chives, and grated garlic and grated ginger in tubes. I also still have soy sauce and cooking sake. I don't have any chicken stock, so I need that, and also sesame oil and the all-important gyoza wrappings, right? First, mince the cabbage, and after rubbing in some salt, press it down. It's personal preference whether to use regular cabbage or Chinese cabbage, but I always use regular cabbage when I make it back home. So I'm using regular cabbage again now. After that, mince the garlic, chop chives finely as well. Add grated garlic, grated ginger, grated garlic, soy sauce, cooking sake, chicken stock, sesame oil, and salt and pepper into a bowl with ground pork general meat in it and mix together. Once that's done, add in the salt-rubbed cabbage and garlic chives and mix thoroughly once again until it becomes sticky. Once the gyoza filling was finished, I started wrapping. I pinched and pinched, making a large amount of gyoza. I left a little to mix with vegetables to make some extra vegetable versions for myself. All that's left is to cook these, but eating some now would make it feel even fresher and taste better, I think. Was that a stomach? When I fearfully looked behind me, I saw Fel sat there leaking drool everywhere. Oh no! Well, the sun's sunk quite a bit, so it might be fine to just eat dinner here too, I guess. Want to eat here? Yes, let's. This time I was thinking of cooking these as winged gyoza. I used 2 frying pans for each of Fel and Sui's portions. Oil the pans, then line up the gyoza. Once they start to change color, add some flour dissolved in water and cover with a lid. Once the moisture disappears and I hear crackling sounds, spread some sesame oil around in a circle. Then once the wings have turned a good color, the dish is done. Turning the frying pan over to plate the dish, once I lift the pan, the plate was filled with lined up winged gyoza. It's finished. It looks like Sui's up too. Indeed. Food! I properly looked after its flavor, so it was fine to eat even without sauce on it. Fel threw about 5 of them into his mouth all at once. Oh, the meat's juices are bursting out. This is amazing. It's true. There's vegetables too, but the meat's juice just bursts out. It's so good. This crispy stuff on the outside is nice too. Thank goodness they both like the gyoza. I was right to rub salt in the cabbage since the orc general meat was really fatty. Otherwise, it might have been too watery. More. Sui wants more too. I cooked more and more helpings for Fel and Sui. I'll eat after I finish cooking for these two. Once Fel and Sui were done, I started cooking my own extra vegetable versions. And of course, to go with the gyoza, there's only this. I retrieved cooked white rice and some premium beer from my item box. Since the flavor was thinned by the extra vegetables, I ate the gyoza with sauce. The sauce was made out of a mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, and Chinese red chili oil. Gyoza's so good. The crispiness of the winged gyoza was just like those sold in stores. I cooked it well. I'm so glad I made them winged, and it pairs so well with white rice. Once I finished my bowl of rice, I used the rest of the gyoza as snacks to go with my beer. Just like I thought it would, this gyoza works great with beer. As I experienced this fact with every inch of my soul, I threw another gyoza into my mouth. It was then that I heard some flapping next to my ear. When I turned to face toward the sound, wondering what it was, there was a small dragon hovering in the air. What the heck is this? It looks like a dragon, right? It's small, though. Does that mean it's a child? This dragon was only about 50 centimeters from the tip of its head to the end of its tail. It doesn't look like it's going to attack me, but what should I do with this? When my eyes settled on the tiny dragon fluttering its wings, I saw its attention focused on the gyoza and my chopsticks. When I tried moving the chopsticks, the tiny dragon's head moved with it. Does it want to eat this? Huh, a pixie dragon. How rare, said Fel. It seemed like Fel knew of this thing. Huh? This thing's called a pixie dragon? Yeah, it's a type of small dragon. It's been up 500 years since I've seen one. Oh, he's so cute! I want one! I want a pixie dragon! I want a plushie of a pixie dragon! Give me a plushie! It looked like it wanted my gyoza, so I tried giving it one. Here. When I presented the gyoza on my chopsticks to the pixie dragon, it chomped the whole thing down. It seemed like it was asking for more. Oh well, here, you can have it. I gave the rest of the gyoza on my plate to the pixie dragon. The pixie dragon settled down onto the ground and started gobbling up all the gyoza. Hey Fel, if it's been 500 years since you've last seen one, does that mean it's rare? Indeed, there are only a few of them alive today. Even if they're dragons, at this size, they're small and cute, aren't they? What are you spouting? We cannot underestimate these just because they are small. Pixie dragons are quite strong. Really? It's so small, it doesn't look strong at all, though. Pixie dragons are fast, above all else, and they have a lot of magic power, so of course they would have command of all 4 basic elements, and on top of that, they can even use ice, lightning, and healing and magic. On top of that, these things' special move is to coat their body in magic. Fire or lightning magic are popular, and use their speed to perform high-velocity tackles. Even I was made to worry over its attacks for a moment. Of course I won in the end. Coat themselves with magic to perform high-speed tackles. What are they, cannibals? What a harsh fighting style. Wait, actually, does that mean Fel fought a pixie dragon before? Plop. Wait, what? Something stuck right onto my face. Raising my hand, I found that apparently the pixie dragon had latched on. Hey, wait, let go! I peeled the pixie dragon off my face like a sticker. Hey, this thing's crazy good. I'm super hungry over here. Give me more. More? Do I really have to start cooking again? Wait, who said that? You! The pixie dragons to become your familiar. What? If I could eat something as good as this, of course even being your familiar is a no-brainer. Oh god, I just fell. Wait, when did you form a contract? That's what I want to know. When did that happen? Was it because he latched onto your face? Indeed, this one's food is especially delicious. Even something as long-lived as me does not see a bad side to becoming his familiar for some tens of years. Right? At the very least, you'll get to eat good food while you're his familiar after all. You get it, don't you, Fenrir? Hey, stop continuing this conversation by yourselves. Or more importantly, another one that's after my food. Are all the strong things in this world gluttons or something? Actually, now that I hear it, your voice is different to how I imagined it. Different? How'd you think it would have sounded? How? I guess a child's voice, like Sui? You know that pixie dragon is not a child. It is young, but it is fully grown. That's right, it's just that dragons of my type are small. I'm an adult over here, you see. I see. So pixie dragons aren't children even at this size. Hey, more importantly, I've become your familiar now. Give me a name. You can't just dump that on me so suddenly. Well, you're a dragon, so Dora-chan's fine. But give me a better, cooler, more fitting name. But doesn't Dora-chan suit you just fine? Don't fuck with me. I'm no Dora-chan. Leaving the cutely angry Dora-chan alone for now, I try appraising him. Oh no, he's got the name now! Too late! You're named Dora-chan! Name Dora-chan. Age 116. Race Pixie Dragon. Level 126. HP 895. MP 2879. Attack 2652. Defense 865. Agility 3269. Skills. Hold on. Fire magic, water magic, wind magic, earth magic, ice magic, lightning magic, healing magic, bombardment. Dora-chan got stuck as his name. I guess it's because he really looks like a Dora-chan more than just Dora. But I guess it's decided. Looking over his stats, they're all better than Sui's, so he's really a dragon even though he's smaller. Just like Phil said, his magic and his agility are both high. And he even has a lot of magic skills. So Dora-chan's 116 years old, huh? You don't look it though. I already told you I'm not Dora-chan. Too late. It's already decided. Give it up. It's already in your status. As long as you are his familiar, that will be your name. Dora-chan dropped to the floor dejected. But I wanted a cooler name. You're Dora, like a dragon. Isn't that plenty cool? What's wrong with it? Do not depend on this one for names. Even I was named Fel because I'm a Fenrir. Being named Dora since you are a dragon is much the same idea. But you know, even that is on the better side. When I first contracted with him, he tried to name me things like Pochi or Koro. All names that for some reason pissed me off just to hear. Pochi? Korra? Or Koro? It sounds like he's making fun of you. Right? Compared to that, Dora is much better. You might be right. I guess I'll just be happy that I wasn't named Pochi or Koro. By the way, he also has a slime as a familiar, and he has named it Sui because it is a slime. So it's like I was wrong to expect a cool name out of this master, wasn't I? Don't know why, but it really sounds like I'm being made fun of here. Yes, you are. Well, whatever. For now, I should check my own status, too. Dora-chan should be in my familiar section now. Name, Makoto, Tsuyoshi Makoto. Age 27. Job, victim from another world. Level 13. HP 229. MP 223. Attack 206. Defense 205. Agility 200. Skills, Appraisal, Item Box, Fire Magic, Earth Magic, Familiars, Contracted Magic Beasts, Fenrir, Big Slime, Pixie Dragon. Unique skill, Online Supermarket. Blessings. Blessing of the Goddess of Wind, Ninmir, small. Blessing of the Goddess of Fire, Agni, small. Blessing of the Goddess of Earth, Kasharo, small. Oh, my level's gone up a little. Nice. Well, I'm still the weakest one here, though. Still, though, the others are all just too strong, so there's nothing to be done about it. Pixie Dragon's right there in the familiar section, too. Fel and Sui and Dora-chan with a fearsome lineup. Hey, Master, I already told you I'm hungry. Ah, right. Oh, yeah, Dora-chan did say that he wanted to eat more gyoza. There was no other choice, so I cooked some more gyoza for Dora-chan. Still, I was saved by the fact that Dora-chan wasn't as big as either Fel or Sui. He was down after just one more helping. Well, then, let's go back to town. Indeed. Dora-chan, you'll fly, right? What do you think I am? If you want something that flies fast, go no further than the pixie dragon. I can even keep flying for a whole day. I see that at any rate we're going back to town. Once we're back, I'll introduce you to Sui, the slime familiar that's sleeping inside my bag right now. Sure, got it. Then let us be off. With me on his back, Fel ran off toward town. When we arrived, there was some trouble at the gates, since even though Dora-chan was small, he still looked like a dragon. Even though I explained that he was a new familiar and wouldn't be causing any trouble in town, the guards still wouldn't let me through. It'd be a different story if Dora-chan was recorded on my guild card, but I just contracted with him. I had no other choice, so I called on the Adventurer Guild's guildmaster, Rodolfo. What happened? I got a new familiar, and there's some trouble with it. Is that a pixie dragon? Yes, I'm surprised you knew. It seems like it's a rare breed. Well, yes, one of my old mates really admired dragon slayers, so he gathered all this knowledge on dragons. Thanks to that, I've heard all about it non-stop. I could see the far-off look in Rodolfo's eyes. Anyway, among all that, I managed to hear about pixie dragons. Apparently that person researched so much about dragons, in the end he made something like a dragon encyclopedia by himself. This is also the first time Fel's seen one in 500 years, so it should be quite a rare breed. Seems like it. Even he said that he had just barely found info about it after going through the entirety of the kingdom's royal library. So Rodolfo's friend went that far, huh? He must be a real fanatic. For now, that thing will behave, won't it? Yes, I properly formed a contract and everything. Also, I'm guessing that even before anything about contracts and the like, if that thing tried anything, your Fenrir wouldn't stay quiet, no? Of course, if this one tries anything, I will not be merciful. My master's food is the greatest in the world, after all. Fel, you shouldn't be boasting about that kind of thing. Hey, he said food? Please don't latch onto that too hard, Mr. Rodolfo. Okay. Rodolfo put on a slightly confused expression. What's the point of even saying that? It's this world's fault for having so many gluttons. I'll vouch for these folks, so let them in already. I'll do that if you say so, Guildmaster, but please make sure not to start anything. With Rodolfo beside us, we managed to enter the town. So then what happened with the venom tarantulas? Rodolfo asked us while we were still on the way to the Adventurers Guild. Of course we've got them. But you told us it's fine to just bring the monster's body, so I did that. But was it really alright not to bring their nests back, too? There's no way you'd be able to bring back something that sticky, right? You know we make venom tarantula thread through a special process using the stuff inside the thread sac in a venom tarantula's body. Well, the process itself is a secret, so there aren't many people who can do that, but the Bruno Trading Company from this request has someone who can. Is that so? But thinking about it, it's obvious, and it's also obvious that the thread the spiders use for their nests would be too sticky to use, since they're for catching prey and all. I can only imagine people getting caught in it if they tried to harvest the stuff. Oh right, you told us to get 2 of them, but there were 8, so we went and got them all. I'm counting on you to buy them. Huh? 8? Well, there's nothing wrong with having more, and I think the Bruno Company will happily buy it all, but still, to think that a Fenrir would do that all so easily. You even returned from the forest within a day. Well, that's because he's a legendary magic beast, after all. Not to mention there's a super powerful slime around, too. Wait, does that mean he'll be surprised if I talk about the giant centipede? Well, I was worrying over that we reached the Adventurers Guild. First, we need to register that pixie dragon, don't we? As soon as we enter the Adventurers Guild, Dora-chan's presence drew all the attention. Rodolfo's presence probably also contributed to that, though. Huh? Is that a dragon? It's small, so isn't it just a baby dragon? Even so, is that alright? It is a dragon. And so on and so forth went the whispers being traded around the room. Dora-chan must have been happy with getting attention since he was crying out, "Kiu kiu!" Yo, all of you, this dragon is this one's familiar. If you don't try anything against this one or its master, it won't do anything. If you all get it, then make sure to keep to yourself. As you can see, this one has other strong familiars too. They won't stay quiet either if you don't. Rodolfo glanced over at Fel as he was giving a speech to put the nail in the coffin. The adventurers following his gaze went deathly quiet. Now then, we're gonna go and get your familiar registered. Rodolfo, can you do something about this atmosphere first? What? Hurry up. Urged on by Rodolfo, I presented my guild card. Once we were done registering Dora-chan as my familiar, the sale of the monsters was up next. And I was told, well, the amount being what it is, we should do it over there. And I was led to the storehouse. The storehouse here was behind the service counter, so it looked like every adventurer's guild was built the same or at least very similar. Oh, if it isn't the guildmaster, what's up? Why so loud? The person who that voice belonged to was a well-muscled young man who looked to be halfway through his 20s. When I looked closely, I noticed a slight limp in his right leg, so he must have been injured adventuring and had to retire. It looked like this young man was in charge of butchering at this guild. Okay, then, can you show me the venom tarantulas? I did as Rodolfo said, taking out the venom tarantulas we'd hunted. Whoa, there's 8 of them! Young man, it is too early to be surprised. I also have a giant centipede, so can I ask you to buy that, too? What? You killed a giant centipede? That was Sui's doing. I revealed this giant centipede from my item box. This is the first time I've seen a giant centipede in my life. That'd be because it's been a while since this guild's seen one, too. Still, though, the giant centipede shell is hard enough to be used as armor. What did you even kill him with to make it like this? Rodolfo asked, staring at the huge hole below its jaw that was open to the sky. You see, Sui did it. Isn't Sui great? Sui jumped out of my bag and started bouncing around. So you're awake, my cute Sui. Could it be that slime did it? Yes, well, I won't say how, though. Alright, since Sui's awake, I have to introduce you to Dora-chan. Sui, this is Dora-chan, our new familiar. I spoke to Sui with telepathy. Whoa, he's flying, so cool. Sui, you see, is named Sui. Happy to meet you, Dora-chan. Sure, pleased to meet you, too. While I was introducing Dora-chan to Sui amongst ourselves, Rodolfo was busy consulting about the state of our monster sale. There's a lot of them, you know. It'll take until the day after tomorrow. Yes, it's fine. I want to go look around at the clothes in this town anyway. Ah, apparently venom tarantulas are edible, so can you give back their legs to me? I'll sell all the rest to you. I was told that venom tarantulas were edible, and I could stomach the thought of eating their legs, but the rest of it was just too gross for me to even think about. Their bellies stored their thread sacks, so I would be selling it them. But as for the other stuff, like their heads or chests, I wouldn't know what to do with them, even if they were handed back to me. So even though I was told that they were edible, I only wanted the legs. Yes, okay, the legs are good boiled if you didn't know. Also, the thing we're most interested in here is the thread sack anyway. Okay then, I'll be coming back the day after tomorrow. Sure, if you're looking for textiles, this town is the best for it. You can also buy good clothes for cheap here too. Have fun with it. Yes, I'll take my time and look at lots of stuff. We left the Adventurers Guild behind. Well then, Dora-chan, you're going with Fel to the kennel, okay? After I said that, Fel padded over to the futon. I laid out on the kennel and laid on top of them. What? I'm in the kennel too? Dora-chan looked somewhat unsatisfied, but I wasn't about to cave on this either. Even if you're small, there's no way they'd let a dragon inside. But I'm small, so it's fine, right? Sui sleeps in the room with you, right? That's not fair. Sui stays in the bag, so it's fine. Even if you're small, if I try to go inside with a flying dragon, it doesn't matter how tiny you are. The hostess will get mad. Sui stayed in the bag and was invisible from the outside, and so it was okay. What's with that? I wanted to go inside a human inn too. Now, I'll treat you to something tasty tomorrow, so just bear with it. What? You'll give me something good? Whoa, yeah! Dora-chan zoomed circles around me in delight. So I can fix his mood through food, huh? So for today, you go to the kennel. If it's gonna be like that, I'll deal with it. Okay, then see you tomorrow morning. Yeah, Dora-chan might actually be unexpectedly easy to handle. How much more do I have left? Hold on. Okay, this is the last thing. I'll just go back. I was going to finish it. Okay, extra Scotch egg. The gooey half-boiled egg. The hand-cranked mincer I bought from the online supermarket after seeing it. Using this, I can make ground meat, so it was cause for great celebration. I was grinding meat today, too, but I got a little too into it, and I might have made too much. The mixed ground bloody hornbull and the orc meat that I had left on hand, saving it for use later was an option, but with how much I already had, I thought I might as well use it in a dish where ground meat is the star and not in some stir-fry or something. I've already made Hamburg steaks and Hamburg steak cutlets. So what should I do now? Well, what about croquettes? Croquettes were good, but my favorites were the ones with more potato in them. And if I did that, then Fel would most likely complain. No, not meat. Most likely, certainly. He'd be all, there's too little meat. If croquettes are no good, what should I make? As I looked in my item box to grab some kind of hint, I noticed the eggs I had left over from yesterday. Eggs, huh? Eggs and ground meat. Eggs and ground meat. Eggs and ground meat. Ah, what about Scotch eggs? The ones that use a whole egg. Yeah, it's good, or rather, that's all I can think about now. The egg inside wasn't hard-boiled, it was a gooey, soft-boiled egg. I imagine cutting the Scotch egg and seeing all the gooey yolk leaking out. Yeah, this is perfect. It sounds delicious. Right, it's decided. Tonight's dinner is Scotch egg. With that decided, I first need to get the ingredients from the online supermarket, don't I? I still have a pack of eggs, but that probably won't be enough, so I'll get more. I put several cartons of eggs into the cart. Also, the ground meat that wraps the egg is basically the same as a Hamburg steak, so I need onion and panko and milk, right? Nutmeg is the sort of thing I'd put in if I had it, but I can get it right away, so I might as well Might as well. I added nutmeg into the cart as well and checked out. Right afterward, the sparkling particles gathered together and a familiar cardboard box materialized in front of my eyes. It happened every time, but I couldn't help but be curious how it worked. Well, leaving that aside, let's get to cooking now that I have the ingredients. First up is the egg, right? So the egg would become easier to peel. I had to use a spoon to tap at the bottom of the egg, the flatter end, to put some cracks in it. I made sure to only do it lightly. Normally, I'd use a safety pin or those egg hole devices they sell at 100 yen shops. I have one of them at home, and they're really convenient, but I don't have one now. So I use a spoon to lightly put cracks in the egg. Once that's done, boil the egg normally. I want it soft-boiled, so the boiling time is short at about 6 minutes. I use a big pot to boil a lot of eggs at once, so that the yolks stay in the center while the eggs boil. I use cooking chopsticks to gently roll the eggs around in the pot. It's a little extra trouble, but this step is important. Once the eggs are done boiling, put them in cold water to get rid of the excess heat, and then start peeling. Once the eggs are done, the ground meat is next. Just like with hamburg steak, put some panko in a bowl and soak with milk, and then add in the ground meat, minced meat, onions, eggs, salt, and pepper, and nutmeg before mixing and kneading well. Then coat the soft-boiled eggs thinly with flour and use the kneaded ground meat to wrap the eggs in a bag shape. After that, all that's left is to coat in flour, eggs, and panko in that order before frying it lightly brown in oil. Yeah, it looks good. When I tried cutting one in half as a test, oh, the soft-boiled egg gooeyly leaked out. It turned out to be pretty good. I thought singing my own praises. I had managed to finish a really appetizing-looking Scotch egg. Oh, there's an egg inside this. How perfectly delicious. The yolk of the egg wraps everything in its really mellow taste. Yeah, it's amazing. So good. It looked like a soft-boiled Scotch egg went over well with Fel, Dora Chan, and Sui. None of them were bothering with cutting in half and were instead eating them whole with some ketchup. Fel was even eating 2 or 3 at once. Now then, I should eat 2. First, put some ketchup. Yep, it's good. A good job on the soft-boiled egg, and the acidity of the ketchup is mellow and brings it all together. It was good, but I shouldn't listen to Fel too much and start making only meat. Thinking that I should eat some vegetables here too, I bought a salad using my skill. When I recommended it to Fel and the others, Fel cleanly refused with a "I do not need that kind of thing," and both Dora, Chen, and Sui coldly refused with a "No, I'm fine." Even if you're all carnivores, eating only meat is no good. That might be good with a Scotch egg. I bought some Tabasco to go with my share of salad and Scotch egg, and I immediately added the delivered Tabasco to the rest of my Scotch egg. It would be way too spicy if I added too much. So I made sure to get the amount down. Tap. Tap. Whoa, I put on too much. Too much of what? This, it's a spicy sauce. Put some on for me too. It's pretty strong, you sure? Yes, it's fine, hurry up. Fine. I added some Tabasco to Fel's Scotch eggs as well. By the way, neither Dora-chan nor Sui wanted any spice. Sui especially was bad with spice. Now then, let's get to enjoying this Tabascoed Scotch egg, shall we? Whoa, so spicy. Water! I put on too much Tabasco, so when I tried to eat it, it was easy to guess that it was too much for me. Retrieving a PET bottle of water from my item box, I gulped it down. That was spicy, but still good. As I was drinking water, I could hear Fel's cry, and then I could see him panting with his tongue out. It was spicy, right? I told you. I poured some water out onto a wooden plate and presented it to Fel. Fel quickly gulped the water down. My tongue is stinging, but still, that's what makes it good. Yeah, the heat can be bad sometimes, but spicy food is good. After saying that, Fel, having not learned better, once again started eating the Scotch egg with Tabasco on top. What do you mean by that? You just said it was too spicy, said Dora-chan with an exasperated expression as he watched Fel eat more of the Scotch egg. Sui hates spicy. This is tasty as it is. Saying so, Sui continued to chow down on its Scotch egg with ketchup. Jeez, Fel. Whilst chuckling to myself, I continued to scarf down my Scotch egg. And the afterword. Okay. I'll get to work on everything, and I'll see you guys in the next video.